Welcome back to Namely 90s Minute. Every week we look back at a culturally relevant show, movie, or piece of pop culture that probably helps stoke the algorithm. This week, in honor of the Simpsons season 35 premiere and the start of Spooky season, we're looking back at my favorite Treehouse of Horror episode, Treehouse of Horror 5. Treehouse of Horror 5 is the 6th episode of the 6th season of The Simpsons, an animated sitcom originally conceived as animated shorts for the Tracy Ullman Show. The show stars the voices of the Grandpa from Hey Arnold as Homer, Grandpa Simpson, Barney, Krusty the Clown, Sideshow Mel, Groundskeeper Willie, Mayor Quimby, and Hans Moleman. The female pigeon in Dr. Dolittle as Marge, and the other women in the Bouvier family, including her sisters Patty and Selma. The second voice of Chucky Finster and Rugrats as Bart, Nelson, Ralph, Todd Flanders, and Maggie. Marlene from Dharma and Greg as Lisa. Victor from the American Godzilla movies as Mo, Chief Wiggum, Comic Book Guy, Snake, and formerly Apu, Carl, and Bumblebee Man. And finally, Derek Smalls from This Is Spinal Tap as Mr. Burns, Smithers, Principal Skinner, Ned Flanders, Reverend Lovejoy, and Kent Brockman, and formerly Dr. Hibbert. Treehouse of Horror 5 starts with Marge showing a classic western because Congress has deemed the episode so scary that it can't be broadcast, and then Bart and Homer decide to show it anyway. The first story is The Shinning, based on a movie of a similar but legally distinct name. The Simpsons are employed as caretakers for Mr. Burns at a haunted lodge while it's closed for the winter. Groundskeeper Willie discovers that Bart has the Shinning and can read minds and send messages telepathically. The lack of cable TV and beer drives Homer crazy and murderous, so he tries to hunt down the rest of the family before they trap him in the pantry. He breaks out with the help of some ghouls, and then Bart summons Willie to help, who gets killed instantly after leaving his portable TV in the snow. Homer chases the rest of the family into the snow, but stops in his tracks when Lisa shows him the portable TV. They all become frozen stiff in the cold watching the TV, before Homer's impulse to kill comes back when the Tony Awards come on and no one can change the channel. The next segment is Time and Punishment, where Homer accidentally turns a broken toaster into a time machine while trying to repair it. He murders a butterfly in prehistoric times and then returns to his present where Ned has created a toxically positive dystopia. After escaping re-education, he goes through a series of attempts to fix the present, but they result in a timeline where Bart and Lisa are giants, a timeline where he's rich, Patty and Selma are dead but no one knows what a donut is, and one where Willie tries to help Homer but is killed by a talking Maggie, voiced by Darth Vader. On his final trip back, he destroys the machine and is left with a normal version of his family, except they have lizard tongues. The final bit is Nightmare Cafeteria, where Principal Skinner and Lunch Lady Doris solve their overcrowded detention hall and terrible school lunches by cooking and serving the children sent to detention. Once their supply runs dry, they start sending all the children in the school to detention until it's just Bart, Lisa, and Milhouse left. Willie tries to help and is immediately killed. Then the kids fall into a giant food processor, causing Bart to awake from his dream with Marge in the room, who tells him that there's nothing to fear except for the fog that turns people inside out, which then seeps through the window and turns the family inside out. They then all perform One from a chorus line to end the show. And that's Treehouse of Horror 5 in a Namely 90s Minute. More or less. Join us again next Tuesday for another Namely 90s Minute. Remember, you can always hear these a day early in full episodes of Namely 90s on all major podcasting platforms. And most of the small ones, too. Please subscribe and do all the other YouTube things. Bell ringing, share, like, subscribes, that sort of stuff, and we'll catch you next time.